what we begin this edition of the news with is a story that dates back to the year 1994. But a story again that has direct ramifications to the present time. Remember Nambi Nambiar, this is a name that you must have heard about. This was a famous espionage case, a truth that was buried for 27 long years. Now, a high-level probe panel appointed by the Supreme Court in the Nambi Narayanan 1994 espionage case submitted its report to the Apex Court. This report was submitted in a sealed cover, but Republic has accessed exclusive details of that very report. This report mentions that there should be a central agency probe against the conspiracy against Nambi Narayanan. We connect with our colleague Abhishek, who's breaking more details of that story for us. Abhishek, is this now the truth coming out after 27 years? And as they famously say, Abhishek, that truth always has a way of coming out.
Well, yes, Deepti, you know what this development is, that the Supreme Court in 2018 had appointed this committee called the Justice D.K. Jain Committee. It had members from or representatives from both the centre and the state as well, in the form of nominees. And the committee was tasked to look into the torture of scientist Nambi Narayanan and other ISRO scientists in the very famous ISRO spy case, and to recommend whether this needs to be reopened and looked at afresh in terms of why the scientist was tortured along with others, his colleagues, and why they were made to face the wrath of the cops at that time. What was the conspiracy behind this? Because remember, that very famous ISRO spy case was connected with India's cryogenic program. Rocket scientist Nambi Narayanan, who is now a Padma Bhushan, was associated with India getting into the cryogenic technology, which would have given a fillip to our missile program. And it essentially came undone with that with that case and the manner in which the Kerala police and some officers in the Intelligence Bureau conducted themselves at that time. Nambi Narayanan has had a long fight to get his honor back, substantially restored with the Padma Bhushan that the present government bestowed on him. But then his fight to get justice in terms of getting the cops punished continued. The Supreme Court, in absolving him, had asked for setting up of this committee, which was done. This committee submitted its report last week, and we have these this exclusive peep for our viewers into the report, which says that A, the case needs to be reopened, reinvestigated, looked into as to why the cops were doing what they did at that time. And more importantly, the investigation has to be done by a central agency so that it is absolutely not influenced by any local factors. Remember, it was the Kerala police at that time which began the investigation, cracked the case, so to say. And then subsequently, because of the manner in which the Kerala police conducted itself in harassing, torturing, and making life miserable for these senior scientists of the Indian Space Research Organization, it was transferred to the CBI, which subsequently absolved all the scientists. But then the manner in which the honor was lost for these scientists, the ignominy that they had to face, it was a fight essentially to regain that honor, which I think has been substantially regained with this report by the Supreme Court appointed Committee of Justice D.K. Jain, where the recommendation has been made that let the cops who were involved at that time be investigated and their role be investigated into why they conducted themselves in the manner they did. What was the conspiracy behind? Because remember, as I said, there was this aspect of these scientists being connected with our cryogenic program, rocketry program, and the manner in which it suffered because of the harassment these scientists went through and the derailment of their professional lives and personal lives that happened because of that famous ISRO spy case. Deepti.
Yes, and you know, Abhishek, we have an interesting image that is also flashing on our screens. That is, in fact, when that scientist met with the Prime Minister. This happened a few days ago, in fact. But Abhishek, why don't we first up now explain to our viewers why are we talking about this case? This case dates back to the year 1994, and one of our viewers is also wanting to ask you, Abhishek, whether this case, something that happened in 1994, today will have ramifications to what's happening in Kerala. He's talking about the polls. And why is this case so important, Abhishek, that we are talking about it?
Well, Deepthi, I would say it's not really connected with polls in any manner directly or indirectly. There might be a spin-off in terms of perception because it's happening during that period. Because remember, the Supreme Court had appointed this committee way back in May 2018 and then subsequent to which the state government and the centre, they took a bit of time to begin their nominees. The committee started working on the task that was given to them. It took a bit of time to translate all documents from Malayalam to English so that the work could continue. And then we saw lockdown happening last year, affecting the work of the committee. It's only towards the end of last year that the committee could go back and engage with some of the witnesses, including having a submission from scientist Nambi Narayanan, and then subsequently filed the report in the last week of last month. So I don't think it's really connected with the Kerala elections in any manner or the election cycle, because the committee was tasked in 2018 and has carried on its work hampered a bit by the lockdown. But what is important is, Deepthi, that it has come to a conclusion that the scientists were harassed. There was an element of conspiracy. It needs to be unraveled. There was someone guiding those officers at that time to make sure that India's cryogenic program gets derailed. And that's something which needs to be relooked and reinvestigated so that we are wiser as to who and which powers were behind the conspiracy to make sure that India does not make progress in its rocketry sciences, and particularly the cryogenic engine technology.
Exactly. Abhishek, who was that? Was it just one person? Was it an organization? Was it more than one people? We do not know, Abhishek. And, would it be possible also to get the first reaction from Mr. Nambi Narayanan? We'll try to, in fact, do that. I'm told my desk is trying to do that, Abhishek. So why don't you just stay with us? Let's also say good evening to Dr. Ravi Gupta, who's a former DRDO scientist. Dr. Ravi Gupta, sir, what is your reading of this entire case? Why do you think the truth in this matter needs to come out? So what if it's been so long? But today we need to find out who was behind this, who was wanting to frame someone, as senior as Mr. Nambi Narayanan, and who would want to do that? What were the ulterior motives?
The motive was to keep India behind. In a nutshell, the motive was to keep India behind, to scuttle India's progress. And this has been happening since independence, year after year, in every strategic science department, whether it is DRDO or whether it is ISRO or it is atomic energy. There has been a kind of a conspiracy to keep India back. By arresting Dr. Nambi Narayanan, our cryogenic engine program went back by more than a decade. It is not just, of course, the honor, the dignity of a scientist of his stature is very important. But beyond that, the country was damaged. And who were the people? People say there are some foreign hands were there. There is no point in blaming foreigners. Foreigners will always want India to lag behind so that they can keep on pushing their own goods into India. They don't want a competitor like India to emerge. But it is our own people who stepped back. Our own people have stepped back. India has never been let down by anybody outsider except its own people. Historically, you pick up past 1,000 or 2,000 years history, always it is our insiders. My simple question is, what was the government in power doing at that time, both in state and in center? I hold squarely the government, the politicians who were leading the government, blame for this kind of nuisance and this kind of sabotage against our country. This is not just sabotage, this is war against our nation. And unfortunately, this war has been going on and nobody is listening. No politician wakes up and talks about it. They will keep on talking about small tidbit matters, but they don't want to raise such issues. Where are all these opposition parties? Why are they not saying that what happened, something went wrong?
Mr. Gupta, that's a fantastic point that you raise. Why? Why do you think they would not want to do that? Why do you believe that they would not want to side with someone who literally, Abhishek, you can also come in on that bit. He's lost so much. He's lost so much reputation. Because look at this, there was a conspiracy. There are obviously a lot of people, Abhishek, involved in this entire story. Now, there are specific questions that we are also putting out on graphics on our television screens, Abhishek, which is the detail of the panel report of the Supreme Court. Now, this case possibly will be reopened. There are 7 specific probe angles, Abhishek, that are mentioned here, starting from the fact that was an attempt made to compromise India's cryogenic technology research program. If the answer is yes, Abhishek, who was behind this? Also, Mr. Gupta, why did the cops then want Nambi Narayanan removed from the cryogenic program of ISRO? Why did cops want Nambi Narayanan to name the ISRO chief, U.R. Rao, at that point? What was the motive behind flouting of law by the police against Nambi? Mr. Gupta, would you want to take those questions? Then we'll also get Abhishek to weigh.
I would say the answer lies in the question: can a police officer act and do such an act against such a senior officer, such senior scientist, without any direction from top? And the proof is that politicians kept quiet. That means either they were too scared or they were hand in glove. So, cop is only a tool. Cop is the dagger. Somebody was holding the dagger. Who was that? It must be found out. See, first of all, yes, it stands proven that the case was a farce and Dr. Nambi Narayanan was tortured and harassed. Now, justice is incomplete unless the criminals are punished. And punishment for treason can be nothing less than death sentence. So those people must be taken to task and the case must come to the right meaningful conclusion. But not only those police officials, they are only daggers. Who were behind these police officers? Who were those sitting in the government and keeping quiet? Were they hand in glove? Were they working on the behest of foreign nations? It has happened earlier. Our Prime Minister was murdered in a foreign country and we did not even conduct a postmortem. We said it is a heart attack. So there must be somebody who was, insider was there, whose interests were being served. Same thing is here also, in this case also. Somebody's interest must have been served so that those people in power kept quiet and allowed such gross injustice against Dr. Nambi Narayanan, against the great scientist, and against our country to happen. The politicians in power were supposed to protect the nation. They did the other way around.
I have some points to discuss from the report itself. If you can let me in. If you are getting me.
Yes.
You see, the report says that in their conduct or by their conduct, the Kerala police at that time flouted several mandatory procedures of the CRPC. And they flouted those rules with impunity. And the motive behind this needs to be investigated. Now that's significant. It goes on to give innumerable other examples of how the cops at that time, both within the Kerala police who were tasked with this investigation and the intelligence agencies, the station of IB, for example, there in Trivandrum, conducted themselves vis-a-vis not just scientist Nambi Narayanan, but other accused at that time. So, for example, it says that the DIG CB Matthews, he asked his own government at that time, the Kerala government, to let this case be given to CBI on the morning of a day when the same day in the evening he went on to arrest scientist Nambi Narayanan without any evidence. On the one hand, you have the same officer saying to his own government that let this case be given, or asking his own government that let the case be given to the CBI, and in the evening goes on to arrest Nambi Narayanan. What changed, or what facts of the case changed between morning and evening to warrant the arrest of the scientist? That is one matter. Also remember, 2 Maldivian citizens, 2 women were associated with this case, and the manner in which they were tortured, there seemed to be some motivation on the part of the cops. That also needs to be investigated. In fact, the report has given all the names of those officers who need to be investigated. I believe through the graphics, the desk would share them with the viewers. What is important, Deepti, is now ultimately perhaps we would have some understanding of who was behind sabotaging India's cryogenic program.